Hey everybody, I am Matt Fry. I'm an assistant professor in the communication department. I'm also the current chair of the Assessment Commission Executive Committee. And in a lot of conversations that have come up recently, as the term is getting started, I keep talking about using the open broadcast system OBS as a tool for recording feedback on student work and sharing that with students, and using that as instead of the Canvas voice or video recorder. And one of the reasons that I do that is one of the reasons I use OBS instead is because this tends to be the view that you get if you're doing video recording in Canvas. It's just whatever input your camera picks up, and that's it. And although like the video file can then be sort of like chopped up, or you can ask students to respond to different points of it, like it gives you a few additional features in the kinds of feedback that I provide to students. It's just not very helpful for me because it doesn't let me kind of point out things that are going on in the students' work, and they have to line up what I'm talking about with what's going on inside of whatever I've given back to them. And generally, nobody wants to look at this picture for the amount of time that I spend giving feedback. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to scale this guy down, put myself over here in the corner, and talk through the process of working with OBS. So let's go ahead and make OBS visible in this video. So you've got kind of the infinite picture problem here. Why don't I go ahead real quick? There we go. At least for right now, I've just got a blank Word document kind of taking up some of that video the video confusion going on over here in the top part. Now, OBS is a really powerful screen and video recording tool. It can take all kinds of inputs, or what we call sources, and as you can see, I've got a whole lineup down here of sources, most of which have been turned off. They've got the eye with the slash through it. As far as what is currently on, my camera is currently recording. I've got Word that I've chosen as a program that I want it to capture, and that's just to get this white box here in the center. It is capturing my general screen, my display. So anything that is visible on my monitor at all right now is visible. I can click that and turn it off and focus only on a student's Word document if I want to. And I've otherwise set up a lot of other sort of individual window captures so that whatever kind of a project I'm giving feedback on, in my multimedia design class, if students are doing a Photoshop project and I want to show them how to use particular tools, I can, just capture only that. Or I've got it set up to actually crop out all of the tools if I don't want to work through that process. So really useful program, really useful tool for getting a lot of recording done. So what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and turn off these guys and pull up page for OBS. So again, if you are looking at this thinking that it sounds useful, if you Google OBS Studio or just go to obsproject.com, you will find this thing, and it's a quick download, and it's super useful. The way that I tend to use it, and the reason that I really prefer to use this, is we all know the Canvas grading screen. This is just sort of a dummy document I have uploaded here. But the thing that I find really useful about using OBS in this process is that if you are looking at this screen right now, you can see, here's me talking at you, and here in the background is the document that has been uploaded. And if I really want to get fancy, I can open up the rubric here, and as I am scrolling through this document, I can highlight something. I can say, hey, this statement here really kind of explains why I'm giving you this grade over here, or this is really awesome over here, so yes, awesome grade. Or as I'm talking, I can go ahead and I can circle something using Canvas's tools, or if I'm giving this feedback directly on a Word document or using some other program, I can use whatever other annotation tools I've got and give the comment to you here, as opposed to having to type out a really long text comment down here in the comment area on Canvas, or attach a comment onto this particular submission, which isn't always easy to get back to as a student. So what I find really useful about OBS is that I can provide this quick verbal feedback and this visual feedback, and essentially it's in the amount of time that it takes me to read through something. I can click through the grade. I can explain the grading process. I can explain what questions or concerns that I may have about a student's work. It gives them something a little bit more easy to latch on to and respond to me with. But otherwise, it makes the process go a little bit more quick. And if I get behind in grading, like I do a lot of weekly sort of short submissions, and if I get a week or two behind, or if a student turns in several all at once, I can open them up in different tabs in my web browser, and I can use one feedback video to quickly walk through every single one of them and give comments on them as a group. Something that it saves me a little bit of time, and it really kind of, in that case especially, helps me tie together a lot of the work that students are doing. So making the video is pretty quick, pretty straightforward. Sharing it once I am done with this and the video saved someplace, I can upload it as a comment on Canvas. But one of the things that I find really kind of clunky in Canvas is that while I am attaching something, or if I launch the video recorder, the page locks while I'm waiting for the upload. And so if I've got 20, 25 students in a writing class, I am grading a whole lot of work back to back, that extra 30 seconds just starts to add up. And it becomes like a really, really big speed bump what I'm doing. So, what I end up doing a lot of the time is I actually use my YouTube channel, most of which is the private unlisted video process that I'm about to show you. What I find really useful about YouTube, though, is I don't have tests or quizzes or anything, so I don't worry about the material that I use in class getting out to the world. If you do have that concern, you can always just unpublish videos at the term. But what's useful about YouTube is it gives people a chance to respond to the comments in a forum that isn't tied to just Canvas. It also gives them a video in a way that extends beyond the end of the term. So if they lose access to their Canvas course, they still have access to the video if they've saved the URL. And the important thing about this process is that they only have access to it if they have the URL for the video. So it's very private. They can only get the URL by getting it from the comment that I upload it to, so it is locked behind all of the normal login procedures. So uploading this is pretty straightforward if you've ever used YouTube. Go ahead and hit the video button. Make sure you guys can see that. The nice thing about OBS is that as I am recording, I can look at the view on the program and make sure that what I'm looking at is also what you're looking at. I'm going to go ahead really quickly. I'm going to close this. I'm going to do the whole display part. Because what I want to do here if you look in the window that is sitting up right now, the place where I save all my notes, this one is naming convention that I use for everything, just a quick date, and I can read it on. But the video is currently being made. If OBS shuts down for some reason, or if my power goes out, then the video file is saved to whatever point it was completed, so I don't lose however many minutes I have spent recording. But this one's not complete, so I can't upload it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab random Zoom video. This one. Here. Give it a title. Usually I name it something like a student's first name, last initial, and then the assignment or whatever they're getting feedback on, so that they have it in a way that's easier to categorize for them. They can bookmark it. This is the link to the video when it finishes uploading, so I can go ahead and copy that, and back to Canvas, and I can paste it in here and just give them that back as the feedback. When I save it, I can give it a playlist, This is more sort of for my purposes. Whenever I go to the end of a term and I say like, okay, I'm either unpublish a bunch of videos or my YouTube's getting full, so I need to go ahead and delete some. Or, if I want to differentiate between student work or instructions for assignments to find something really quickly, my playlists are useful for that. And I'm going to go all the way down to ability because the video checks and all of the stuff about like content selection, things like that. You're probably not going to monetize. You're probably not going to monetize your student feedback. So the only thing that's really important then is the visibility. And private is the most private, but you've got to have an email address to share something with directly. I don't find that particularly useful. Unlisted, you can only access it through this link. And so go ahead and save this. This is called Some Video, and it's on my YouTube channel. So let's go to regular old YouTube here. Up here, head to my channel. If somebody looks up my YouTube channel, signed out just for safety's sake. Playlists, see that I've only got now. Let's see here. All of my weekly videos for Professional Writing 315. Sign back in. My channel. Playlists. Now all of my unlisted ones are here. But essentially the point is that anything that I make for students is not searchable from the outside. It can only be accessed through the link that I give to somebody on Canvas. So it keeps so unless they choose to share it out, keeps it private. Had shorter hair back then, apparently. So that is my kind of quick walkthrough of using OBS as a way of doing visual or verbal feedback on your students' work, not just tying it to the written comments on